My people, 305 office, thank you for being connected there. Don't forget to subscribe and to hit the like button because this helps build community. Thank you, Sarah Lynn Green is today with us to talk about art, to talk about the life and the connection with business and art today. Don't forget, please don't forget to subscribe because this is today. This is insiders new phase of our podcast today. Thank you, Sarah. We're gonna dive into the background of Sarah Lynn. What is going on Sarah Lynn Green? The background first and foremost for.
Okay, so background. So I'm from New Jersey, born and raised. I've been doing artwork as far as I can remember. It kind of started just as out of boredom. My aunt, she's a physical therapist, and I remember she would bring me to her job, so I have nothing else to do but to draw, and I started drawing for her coworkers. So that's kind of where it started. And then some of my family members, they're very artistic, so that was a big influence.
Great. Also, it's more likely to be your specialty and other kind of art in Sarah Lynn outside of the drawing as well.
Mm-hmm. So outside of drawing, I am a mental health counselor. So I work with people that are dealing with domestic violence, sexual assault, and human trafficking. So it's very near and dear to my heart that I love to help people.
So this is another side of your businesses, right, Sarah?
So I work for a nonprofit, but I'm able to do art therapy with my clients. So, bridging healing, bridging artwork, I'm very blessed. So
Right, and also your best accomplishment, Sarah, as an artist, as an entrepreneur, uh, today, Sarah.
my best accomplishment,
Highlight.
whew, I guess when I started taking art serious, I think that's when highlights started. Um, Interviews, art shows, getting into that world that I've never done before. And now I'm at the point where if I type in my name on Google, then my stuff starts to come up. And I think for me, that was big because not many people can type in their name and then their artwork comes up.
So now exploring your ideas and maybe your artistic philosophy on the breaches and analyzing the breaches between in this gap between art and business. How do you locate your work and your gigs in locating that in between art and business? What are your thoughts on that?
Between art and business,
Yeah.
well, you got to network. And that's something I wasn't really, I'm shy. Well, I was shy until I started actually opening my mouth because no one's going to know about me unless I start talking. So I had a really close friend who kind of said, why don't you include artwork in every conversation? So I've randomly brought up my artwork in different conversations that have gotten me interviews, that have gotten me connected with art shows. So it's really about networking at the end of the day and separating your business from your personal.
Right. That's important, and actually, is that you gotta go out your comfort zone. That's
Yeah.
always is this accomplishment because you're always in your stuff and doing your things and going to work the same routine.
Yeah.
changing routines. That's so important,
Mhm.
Sarah, no, in your career, and in the development that you're supposed to grow
Mhm.
in your stuff. So talking about the art and the artist philosophy, your artist, your philosophy as an artist,
Yeah.
Sarah. So what inspires your art? What are those key themes or or ideas that run through your work, Sarah?
Mhm. I think for me, what inspires my artwork is beauty and connection. Being able to connect to whoever is viewing my art, whether it's through emotions, shared experiences, and then beauty. Beauty is subjective. So
and
I like to.
and
Mhm.
yeah, Sarah, and how do you connect these experiences, your own experiences, your own life? How do you connect this to your artistic process, Sarah?
So it's all about vulnerability, right? Some people are fearful of that when it comes to artwork and showing another side of them. So I try to be like subliminal with artworks that mean a lot to me or I have felt heartbreak over. So it's really just kind of pouring myself into my artwork, but not giving super details because you still want to keep your personal life private at the end of the day.
Yeah, Sarah, I really like your style. Your style is unique. It's really. Remember, please, to our audience and so on, your social media and every single places where you can be found.
Yeah, so my Instagram is designs by links, and you can
Mm-hmm.
also look it up as a website, and it'll take you right there to my different artworks and stuff like
Yeah, and you have many
that. Yeah.
that you have many people involved on that. You have a great team as well. So your style is, as I say, is unique. So uh, developing. So did you? It's some kind of emerging organically your style, or it was or was shaped by specific influences or mentors as well, Sarah, in this side of your style.
Yeah. Um, I've always been into cartoons, not so much like realism. So I like that with cartoons and abstract, you can contour and do whatever you want to make the message come through. And the artist, Aaron McGruder, he did the series of Boondocks. So it's kind of like an anime style. So that's kind of what I've been like inspired by in the past couple years is not mimicking it, but like infusing it into what I want to bring.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And evolving your style. How do you keep authentic? Because authenticity is something in art. I do music. I write music, and now with actually with AI to be authentic is I think it's really hard. You gotta find your really your authenticity in where it's gonna be found. What do you think about this authenticity in art, Sarah?
I think it's it's a little bit harder now because there's so many outlets of artwork seeing everyone's stuff. So it's really just depending on what you want to bring to the audience. So for me, it's bringing real life situations that I've been through my eyes. Now I've done you can see behind me I've done like different like abstracts too. Um I just love to create and whatever comes to my mind. I don't want to box myself in, because
Right.
some artists do that. No offense to them, but I like to create whatever it is that I want to create.
Naturally,
Mhm.
naturally,
Naturally.
right. Sarah, books, a book that inspire you or that has a touch on your life, a book.
Hmm. Ooh, um, something that I recently read is called The Four Agreements.
For agreement. Oh, that's
Yes.
great. I
So
love it. Love it.
being, yeah,
You don't have to take personally the things
yeah,
personally. You're, yeah,
it's it,
great.
it's cut out a lot of stress and overthinking. Not assuming, doing my best in every single thing that I can do, and just letting my actions speak with my words.
Exactly, exactly. So, and how do you think art helps people connect with themselves and the world around them? What's your thought about that?
Ooh, because art is subjective. Like you could look at this painting I did right here and think about something different than what I tried to envision it. But that's the beauty of it, is that people can connect and they might heal through that connection or know that they're not alone depending on what they're looking at.
Yeah, right. And do you believe there's really a universal language in art? Do you think that that is it's just deeply personal, right? But isn't is a universal language?
Mm, I would say it's universal, but still subjective because everyone thinks differently, everyone heals differently, everyone connects differently. So I think that,
There's
yeah,
there's different cultures
yeah.
as well.
And I think that's the beauty of artwork, is that it can connect across cultures, or it can connect just based off of even something without words.
Yeah, absolutely. And in the part of finance, I know you're an artist, but you're a business girl as well.
Mhm.
How are you being involved in the all the art in the side of finance, the side of the NFTs and so on that
Mm.
are really influencing right now art as well, collectibles and so on. What are your thoughts on that on Bitcoin? Do you own Bitcoin?
I do actually.
Oh, you do? Yeah.
I did do one NFT years ago, but I really didn't know what I was doing. So that kind of fell off, and I just went back to just traditional paintings, canvases, graphic design. But that is a big market that a lot of people are getting into. I just need to get on the bandwagon and teach myself.
Absolutely, absolutely. And talking to life and art and this vulnerability on that side, just so many artists express their deepest emotion through their work. So how do you balance this vulnerability with maintaining the personal boundary? So just like you're trying to be personal but not touching so much ahead your personal boundaries, Sarah. How do you maintain this separation?
Um, so that's the beauty with abstract art, is that it can be subliminal and kind of focusing on a universal emotion or like a shared experience instead of pinpointing exactly like what happened or whatever I'm trying to portray. Um, it's just really awakening that connection of love, chemistry, and just seeing through somebody.
And in the lessons on your life, talking about that, what life experiences have really shaped your artist, your works as an artist? What experiences, what life experiences on that side?
I would say heartbreak has been a big influence because, it's fearful to go into that emotion of yourself. Heartbreak.
Well, actually, I was looking the movie for Emmy Winehouse, and she's like the it was this kind of the heartbreak. The heartbreak was the songs about
Hmm.
actually. It's so interesting that
Yeah,
emotions.
yeah. Like when I was at Art Basel in Miami, I met one of the artists that I'm very inspired by. His name is Marcos. Um, Amazing artist, and I started tearing up explaining why I liked one of his artworks because it expressed what I couldn't say with words. And he was like, as an artist, the artist, use that emotion in your work, and that will be your greatest strength as an artist. And I've definitely been taking that into more consideration when I'm doing artwork to really dive deeper than the surface level because, we're all unique.
Yeah, is this kind of very visual storytelling in
Yeah.
your case visual? In my case, can be the songwriting. In the songwriting, it's like
Hmm.
this passion, this those emotions, those joys,
Hmm.
those pains translating in art. That's the
Yeah.
beauty,
It's amazing.
right? It's amazing. Yeah, and business. Let's talk about business and art, Sarah. So marketing strategies for artists. So as both an artist and entrepreneur that you are. So what strategies have been the most effective
Mm,
in marketing on marketing your work? So I saw this paper with the story of Caleb with the QR code and so on. I think that's really great. You're doing amazing job on your side,
thank you.
on the side of a business and art connected.
Hmm. Yeah, I I saw a girl kind of post the same thing. So then I was like, you know what? I'm going to Miami. I need to network. How can I reach people that I'm not going to reach face to face? So I was like, you know what? Let me just create this story. Caleb, let me make a QR code because I've realized people love drama. That's the reality. People are nosy. So of course people are gonna scan it and then it goes to like my art. And I was all over Miami, Wynwood, putting up flyers and it actually did a lot of numbers and I'm very happy that I did that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely,
Hmm.
and connecting with you with an audience, it's like what is your advice that you really present? You can like thinking about as an artist to try to reach and grow your audience. What can be a good advice? Aside of networking as
Yeah.
well, it's really important,
I would
right?
say the ability to conquer the fear of failure because when it comes to creating, you just have to create mistakes and everything because that's going to drive your motivation. You keep creating, you keep coming up with ideas, you keep doing whatever it is in your creative mindset or workplace, and that's going to drive your motivation. That's going to make you more confident and stand on your art.
And Sarah, how do you really decide what projects to focus on? How to prioritize on this project and this project? How do you decide? How do you those decide those driven by passion versus those that are commercial? What is your feelings on that?
Um, I think it depends on time management, really. Having time management to also create for others, but then like you're an artist too, you still want to create for yourself. So making sure that I'm having time to create what I want to create because you can get lost creating for others and then you get into an art block. And I've been in those art blocks a couple years where I'm focused on making stuff for others but not fueling the creative for me. So it's
Right.
really just time management and really getting up early. I've been getting up at like 5 a.m., going to a coffee shop, sitting for an hour just to work on what I want to work on for me. And then, okay, it's business time.
Exactly, and this rain of ideas and put everything together and really have your schedule every
Yeah.
day. Just blocking time of every single task. It's hard, but it has the results,
Yeah.
Sarah. Right on this. So the role of social media, how has social media really shaped the way you promote your art,
Mhm.
Sarah?
When it comes to social media, I've been on so many different platforms. So it's what I've noticed is you have to be consistent when posting, whether it's a reel, just a regular post, or if you're collaborating with someone else, you have to keep your audience engaged. I do think paying for like promotions or ads, it does work for people to come to your page, but then you have to take a step further for people to actually come to your page and want artwork or want to do business. So it's really just creating that budget for yourself, because the more you pour into your business for ads or ads on Google, the more people are going to see your stuff and then potential
You
sales.
and are there right now any platforms or methods you found particularly useful, Sarah?
Mm,
The best, also for you, the best, or what's the best platform for you right now?
Honestly,
Is
for
there?
me, is Instagram. That's
Uh-huh.
that's the best platform. And then I was on TikTok, but now I'm kind of moving to Blue Sky. It's kind of like Twitter, but not Twitter. So I'm
Yeah,
trying to like navigate and see and have a feel for each platform, because, well, you see, TikTok might be taken away. So
yeah.
just getting ahead of the game.
Right. That's right. That's business. Business is going ahead of the
Hmm.
situation and taking advantage
Yeah.
of it as well.
Yeah.
So reflections and advice in this case on understanding art. What you think is the biggest misunderstanding people have about artists or the artistic process, Sarah?
Mm.
The
I think
misunderstanding.
I think some people don't realize how much time and mental effort it takes to complete an art piece. Because if you're anything like me, I'm a perfectionist, and I want to make sure I'm putting out my best effort possible when I'm working with others. Um,
Yeah,
and
sure,
I think some
sure.
people, they
That's
just don't realize the effort, and
the passion.
yeah, they don't realize that at the end of, they just see the finished product. They don't see the in between, or the ripping your hair out at 2 a.m. because this stroke is not working perfectly.
And have you filming and you doing the artwork in another form of video or something like that?
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
actually been doing more on taking a video of what I'm sketching or what I'm drawing and posting it,
Hmm.
and that's been getting a lot of
Exactly.
engagement because people want
Yeah.
to see the process. So I'm definitely gonna do more of that, because it's a lot more than just posting the finished product. Like, people really want to see, oh, how does she do that? How does she do that?
Yeah,
Hmm.
exactly the process and how do you feel?
Hmm.
That's what we're talking about, right? So and advice to those aspiring to be an artist. What's one piece of advice you wish someone had given you when were you starting out? So what is this piece of advice,
Hmm.
Sarah?
I wish someone would have relayed to me that progress is better than perfection. Yeah, I can be a perfectionist, but making progress is really what's going to take you somewhere, because you'll have so many things to show for it, instead of just focusing on one thing and then time goes by. So kind of just overcoming that fear to create so you can keep creating and not really
Yeah.
care what others think or what they might perceive, you know.
Yeah, and this is actually the to overcome this self doubt and fear of failure that
Yeah.
many people say, oh no, what they're gonna say, what they're gonna do, what they it's like this self doubt to
Yeah.
go ahead and do it.
Yeah, literally just do it, but it takes time to get to that mindset where you don't care what others think or what's going on in the art world, or like the banana with the tape. Like, not to get too invested into that and focus on your own art.
And Sarah, closing this podcast and really thankful for your thoughts in your vision. What's the legacy? Do you want to live with your work and your art, Sarah? What's the legacy?
I think I want to leave a mark of beauty in every aspect, whether it's someone's face or, just a landscape, just the aspect of beauty. And like I said earlier, connecting, beauty and connection. And
Connection.
knowing that, she was a good artist and she put her heart and emotions into it.
Right. Are there any upcoming projects that you're excited about and would you like to share right now, Sarah?
I am currently, it's not guaranteed yet, but I'm working with someone about doing artwork for a potential carnival. That's all I'm going to say right now, but
Mm-hmm.
that could be something huge. So, working on rough drafts, conversating, connecting, networking. So, that's something big that's for 2025.
That's great. That's great, Sarah. So we are so thankful for having
Thank
you
you.
here in the 305 office. Please like, subscribe, give stars. We are growing a community.
Yes.
So thank you very much
No, thank you.
for your time. And remember, please, your social media, your all the websites and so on.
Yes. So, you can follow me on Designs by Links on Instagram, or go on my website, designsbylinks.com.
Great, great.